3, 2, 1, ready.
Got to keep that in. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Gradient Show. As per friggin' usual, it's the three of us, me,
Three amigos.
Rue, and Henry. Obviously, we got the new setup. Rue, what do you think of it?
It's interesting, isn't it?
Nice.
I mean, yeah.
I should really make myself comfortable. Just spread out.
Yeah, do it.
Got
I mean,
the
lie
inspired.
down, mate. Go
Spread
on.
out.
Go on.
Paint me like one of your French girls.
I mean, you joke, but I am actually going to do that.
I was about to
You
say
know
I'm
what?
a French
Fuck it,
girl.
I like this. This is awesome.
Nice.
Yeah,
you got the
we
full
go.
angle on him as well.
Love the angles here.
What a pretty boy.
can I
So
say?
today we are doing our Star Wars best
What are we calling it?
Star Wars universe
Star Wars Universe rankings.
ranking. Well, it's just best, worst,
Overrated.
underrated,
unenjoyed.
overrated.
We need a better. I think rankings sounds cooler.
We're doing our Star Wars.
Why don't we just do it?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's try not to interrupt Rue like every 5 minutes like we normally do.
Yeah, that would be nice. but then again, you're obviously interrupting me because I've got
So-
nothing good to say.
Obviously, I think before this comes out, we'll have done the Acolyte review. Good or bad?
Turbulent.
Turbulent.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I quite
I
enjoyed
was
it.
pleasantly surprised actually, considering how negative the reviews were on it.
I just found that it was just a bit boring to start off with, and
Start
then
off
and
with.
it got very good, but
Yeah.
it was boring to start off with. And I'm like, you got to take the show as a whole. You can't just be like, they were good episodes, so it was good.
No, I agree.
Mm.
But
Anyway,
does it feature on anyone's lists today?
It doesn't, but it might be brought up as a mention, honourable mention at some point.
it did on my list, but I created the list quite a while ago before the show got good, so I've taken it off.
Okay. So we start with best.
Who wants to go first?
Yeah,
can.
I'll throw it
You
in.
go.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back.
That was mine as well.
Like
Okay.
it's
Fair.
like it's the Dark
great
Knight
film.
of this Star Wars universe.
Mhm.
You know, done. What else needs to be said?
Yeah.
That's
It's phenomenal.
I don't really have anything else to say about
It is
that.
very good. Henry's
To be
got
honest.
something
I
else.
have something else to say.
Please do.
If it's a
So-
prequel, I'll slap you in the face.
It is a
Yeah.
prequel.
Oh, fuck.
So
it's-
I am a little bit biased in that I prefer
Evidently.
is that I take good camera quality, good action, good CGI, and all stuff like
Good
that
CGI.
No, let him cook.
over
Let him burn it.
over older films which have great scripts, and it is a fantastic film. But I like newer filming techniques personally. So
There are no techniques used in the prequels, bro. It's just George Lucas throwing up Star Wars everywhere.
and I also prefer the before the fall of the Jedi era. I like having lots of Jedi. I like the idea of the Order,
Yeah.
and I like all this. This army, and I enjoy.
Sorry, I slid my
Throw it
phone
off.
under my. I slid my phone behind my
Obviously, as you
back.
can tell, it's his first time in the
Yeah.
studio
I
setup.
slid my phone behind my back to get it out of the way, but there's a hole behind the sofa, so it just fell. For those of you that cottoned on to
Alright,
that one.
keep on cooking, bro. Keep on
Go.
cooking.
So I like Attack of the Clones, and I like the Phantom
brother.
Menace.
Oh,
I do.
That
do
was- do you remember why that was on my list?
Worst.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's one of the worst films ever made, bro.
I do. I like them both.
Did you say you like good CGI?
That's
Yeah.
not good.
Why is Attack of the Clones on
It's
there?
modern, isn't it? Like
It's not modern, bro. It's just shite.
Anyway,
This is
neither
gonna
of
be a
them are
fun
my
podcast.
Neither of them are my pick for the best, and I put Revenge
Okay.
of the Sith as my pick for the best.
I can see why it's the best of the three.
It is the best.
We're not
of the
asking
three.
for the best of the three.
No.
We're asking for the best of the.
I'm saying I'm trying
several-
to see the reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
I
Opinion-
You
oh,
know,
your-
you know, he sat up as well because it really proved
Yeah.
his point.
Yeah, your opinion is valid, mate. I'll allow it. It might be wrong, but
it's like I say, it's at my favorite era. It's during the Republic era.
So
which I like.
Actually, I disagree with where you're coming from with the CGI and all that stuff, and the quality of cameras and stuff. I think you just like the idea of lots of pew pew shooting in Star Wars Jedi's. Basically,
It looks
I'm with you on that one.
realistic. When in the old days they didn't have much CGI. It's
I'm
all
gonna-
very
I'm gonna-
animated.
So I'm gonna just like be honest there and say I mean this in a nice way, but I think that the CGI in the original trilogy is better than the
Yeah.
ones in the prequels.
I
'cause
think
you got
it's
all
more
lightsabers.
I disagree.
I think it's more realistic. Well, there's
I'm
elements,
not
it's
a
like,
bigger-
it's like
elements that
PS2
aren't and
graphics.
aren't. There's elements that aren't, but there's some CG in the prequels which is like glaringly CG
Yeah.
and like badly done.
Like I think for me the sort of war thing between all of the I mean, it's separatists. I don't think I said separatists.
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 I don't know how you say it. Whatever. That it looks like they are battling on the Windows XP
Yeah.
background.
Yeah.
And it's just like it just looks like it's straight out of a PS2 video game.
Yeah, I see that.
That's not like, I'm not insulting it. Like, if that's a film you like, I'm not going to sit here and roast you because that's just not very nice. But like, I always like take into account the way and the actual like makeup of a film as well, because that's obviously my field, and it's very much like not something that I can.
Well, like I say, you are more of a film person than I am.
Yeah.
So I have things I like. You have things you like. We come from different angles, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's a good.
That's
a
why
good.
this
Um,
works.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that is, yeah. If we all have the same opinions, it'd be boring.
So
Exactly.
boring.
Let's go. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I
So Revenge of the
als-
Sith, your favorite?
yeah, I would also throw this out there, and you might hate me for this, but I
No more than I already do.
prefer Anakin to Luke. He's a deeper character. He's
I
got
agree.
more
Yeah.
I'll give you
of a
that one.
background.
Yeah.
I think if
To watch him fall to the dark side,
There's more to him.
yeah,
If they hadn't
bit.
butchered Luke in The Last Jedi, I would
Yeah.
be with Luke. My favorite. I prefer Luke in his prime to Anakin in his prime, but I prefer the full character arc of Anakin than I do the full.
the full character of Anakin is
It's
Luke.
one of the best character arcs in cinema.
Oh, 100%. The way he falls to the dark side. I also think
Obviously not without its flaws, absolutely, but it's
No.
just writing and lots of too many cooks meddling. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I think the overarching character
The
development.
way it's
is
covered in Clone Wars is better.
Yeah.
But I still think this is great. And I also would
That
say
comes up later.
yeah, exactly. And I would also say that
It's so hot in here.
oh, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Love it though. Would you rather be in a cool place with a shit setup?
Yeah. So my phone
Yeah.
doesn't break.
It ties into the I found my notes. So
Go.
it ties into the original series perfectly, I think. The way it kind of feeds into him slowly falling to the dark side, and the way Palpatine kind of sets up Order 66, I think works perfectly to go.
Order 66.
And it feeds seamlessly into the start of the original.
Yeah.
What do I new no what
A New Hope.
is it? A New Hope? It is A
Yeah.
New Hope. I've
Yeah.
got that wrong in my head.
Number 4.
Palpatine is a great villain, fantastic villain.
Yep.
I think that's kind of perfect. The way he's kind of leading from the shadows. I think that kind of is tied.
Butchered in the recent one.
Right.
Yeah,
Skywalker.
obviously, but
Butchered
we'll
in the
come on
Rise
to
of
that.
Skywalker.
Yeah,
Um,
we will get on to that.
And I also
Say
think
that
the
for free.
score is fantastic. Jewel of the Fates from the first one. I can't believe I've forgotten his name.
Darth Maul,
No,
Qui-Gon Jinn,
no. The
John
composer,
Williams.
John Williams, is the greatest composer of all time.
He's up there.
He's 100% up
yeah.
there, and his work on this film is fantastic. It sounds amazing.
My boy Hans Zimmer is
I was gonna say Hans Zimmer. is
untouchable,
surely-
but that's just
Hans
that,
Zimmer
I can
is
see
Hans Zimmer as well, but I prefer.
John Williams is more iconic.
Yeah, agreed.
stuff. I'll give you that. 100%.
So
Hans Zimmer is
that's all I have to say. It's the best
He knows
film
what he's
of
doing.
my favorite era. It has all the things that I like, as in the blasters and the lightsabers and the Jedi Order and everything
Just
like
give
that.
you, like goosebumps.
You get a little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed
I
to
can
watch
see
it.
where you're coming from with
I
it.
wasn't allowed
I
to
do,
watch
I
it for
do.
ages. I could watch Attack of the Clones. I could watch Phantom Menace. I wasn't allowed to watch it for ages because of how it's not dark, but like as a kid, it's dark. I guess.
The
but,
concept
it is quite
dark.
intense. It is quite
The
intense.
concepts are dark.
It is quite
100%.
intense. Yeah.
Mm.
but yeah,
Right. shall we?
that's me. Shall we move on?
Yeah. Let's
Well,
go.
we both said Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah. I don't really like. Obviously, it's open to discussion, but
Yeah.
I don't really think we need to talk about that. I
Well,
think most
it's-
people that have.
The original
touch
films
on it.
are incredible.
Yeah.
Don't get me just because I'm backing Revenge of the Sith, it doesn't mean that I don't think.
No,
Empire
absolutely,
is great.
I,
absolutely.
I just think the writing in
Um,
Empire Strikes Back is
I think it's just so well done,
perfect.
and it's just iconic. It's just
Yeah.
it's just
It's-
nothing more than iconic.
It's got the best script.
And it's just like the interactions between Han Solo and Leia. Like, I love you, I know, and then you've got Luke just
Luke, just Luke
being
Luke.
Luke.
I mean,
and just I
Like,
just
like
love.
OG Luke as well, like proper Luke.
And the someone, if you say, obviously maybe nowadays it's not necessarily something that the three of us or even other people of our generation can necessarily relate to, but if you speak to my parents' generation and you go,
Huge.
name the biggest plot twist ever in cinema, Darth Vader being Luke's dad.
Yeah.
oh, 100%.
That there is no question about it.
Agreed.
That is the only one that will come to
Never saw
everybody's
it
mind.
coming either.
No,
I would say
and that's
But,
just
but,
yeah.
but like you didn't see it coming, but once you know that, you can see it coming. It's one of those ones.
I would
Yeah,
say
yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like
If
I
you-
didn't kill your father, I am your father. Whatever.
Mm.
There's a severe Mandela effect on that exact quote, so I'm not going to try and quote it.
Well,
but-
as we did on the conspiracy theories podcast.
we did indeed. Yeah, I would
out?
say
Yeah, it's out.
must be surely.
Sure, it's
Yeah.
out.
I would
I
say
lose track. I lose track.
so do I. With the originals, if I had to pick one, I would probably pick Return of the Jedi.
It's a banger as well.
which is another
Slaps.
banger.
I think
I like the way it ties everything together. I like the
Yeah.
finish, the way they kind of resolve the Luke Vader thing. Palpatine is just great in it. Palpatine's a better villain than Vader, even though Vader is intimidating and a fantastic villain. I prefer Palpatine personally.
in Return of the Jedi, Vader's
Apart
not a
from
villain.
the sequels.
He's not. Yeah, but also he's not a villain in
Well, he
For the
was
last-
in
for the
Empire
last few
Strikes Back.
minutes,
Empire
yeah.
Strikes Back. Vader's
Empire Strikes Back. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd say it's very tight at the top personally.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when we get onto our
Underrated.
overrated
Or
in a
overrated.
minute,
Yeah.
I'm gonna add one on. I've got 2 films I'm gonna put now. I did have one, and now I've got 2. Which I'm happy to discuss.
I'm hoping that the worst movie is similar. I don't think there should be too much debate for the worst movie. Have we all picked a sequel?
The Rise of Skywalker.
I went with Last Jedi, but
Okay.
all of them were terrible.
So yeah, I
Rise of
think
Skywalker butchered it though.
so. I think the Rise of Skywalker just
Ruined
was
it.
like, hey, we fucked this up. Let's just carry on fucking it up.
Yeah.
I think that
Hang on, which one was that the third one?
that was the third and
Yeah,
final
right,
one.
okay.
Yeah. I think
That's when
I think that the
she's a.
She ends up
Palpatine.
becoming a Vader, but she's a. So she becomes a Skywalker, but she's a Palpatine, but she's a Vader. Oh,
It's like,
I would have preferred
what?
them to have gone with Obi-Wan
Also,
Kenobi's kid,
that's-
personally.
Yeah, that's
Because that
what
would have made
everyone
more
wanted.
sense.
I would
wouldn't
have preferred she was just a fucking rando.
But she was. Well, she was supposed to be a rando.
it? I'll
But then
come
it
on to
turns
this in a
out
minute.
that is it Palpatine's granddaughter?
Granddaughter. Apparently, the son may or may not be a clone of Palpatine, so she may or may not be
Well,
the
may or
daughter
may
of his
not.
clone.
Like, there's no may or may nots in this.
Yeah.
They didn't show us any of that, so
No.
I don't
No.
care. Like, I only care about what
Like
I see.
it was quite good that she was a nobody.
Yeah, that's what Jedi's are. Like,
Yeah.
Jedi are. That's what the Jedi are. I don't know.
I don't know.
Plural of Jedi.
I'm dyslexic.
Says No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
I think Jedi is the.
No, you're lying.
Gaslight.
Surely Jedi is the plural of Jedi, though.
Well,
Because
yeah,
you go
isn't it?
the
Yeah.
Jedi, it's everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
think
that
that
last
the
year's.
Force Awakens is a rehash of A New Hope, but
Yeah.
it's the best of the 3.
100%.
Agreed.
Like, but there's no competition. I will say about the Last Jedi though.
Yeah.
With regards to that, I
Mm.
think that it is. I do think it's a stunning film. I think there are visually
Oof.
there are some incredible shots in it with
Agreed.
Crate, with the red salt.
Yeah.
As film evolves, shots become better. Newer films will always be better visually than older
I
films.
would disagree with
disagree
that.
with
On
that
a
one.
trend, like if you look, obviously there are outliers.
There will be-
Obviously,
it
there's
does
always
this.
outliers.
It does
I don't
that.
think that there is like a specific trend, because what do you define as a new film? Because there are like loads of A24 films that are inspired by older films,
Yeah.
which you could then say, yeah,
Okay,
it's new because of its release date. But
newer released
What did I
films,
see
newer
the
made
TikTok I
films.
sent you earlier?
no,
It was like
I can't really
it
use
was,
TikTok.
it was like the the thing we did about movies.
Yeah.
It was basically just that, where it's like, I want to go see a new movie in the cinema, and then he was listing off every single movie in 2024, and every single one's a sequel, prequel, remake.
Yeah, literally, yeah. It's just silly, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I
would
think.
just say,
Yeah, go on.
sorry, just one very quick point. We said earlier about Jedi being the plural of Jedi. What if the plural is Jedi and the singular is Jed?
Is that really all you wanted to
Is
say?
that what? Was that
I was
your?
holding on to that for about 5 minutes. Go on, carry on.
But it just, it was just the fact that she was a Palpatine. Really, friggin'
I
did
can
not
tell, mate. Jesus Christ, chill out.
did not like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was.
And then there was
just
even
silly,
even the
man.
last fight scene
And
was just so
Finn as
obvious
well,
and
like,
pants.
What,
And like
with
Finn
the-
could have been such a good character if
yeah,
used properly.
Finn
With
was
the
supposed to
horses
be
over
the
the
Jedi.
over the ship, you mean?
What?
They did the horses running over the
Yeah,
ship.
yeah.
Stupid.
Silly.
So it's such a silly movie. When
Agreed.
it should be so much better.
Yeah, I
Wasted Palpatine, ruined his legacy a little bit, which is
But like,
really stupid.
They didn't even need to do Palpatine.
Some-
Somehow
didn't
he
need to do it.
returned.
They could have just kept Smoke.
And the fact that they didn't even build up to it at all.
Smoke?
Snoke.
Sorry.
Well, Snoke died in the second one. But
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. Like it was just
I'll come on to this in a minute.
bad
but,
writing.
But
Bad
yeah.
writing.
Oh yeah.
the fact that they
Oh, yeah.
didn't even build up to it, they just went Palpatine's returned, and I was
it's
like, what?
like, don't get me wrong. When,
But, like,
when
not
we heard
even
his
that,
laugh
they-
at the end, when we had his laugh at the end of the second one,
No, that wasn't even. We didn't hear
No,
his
we
laugh in
didn't
the
hear
second
his
one. It was in the
It
trailer
was in the
for
trailer.
the third one.
I was a little bit like, oh.
I'm excited to
kinda
get into
exciting.
this.
But then when you watch the movie, you're like,
The thing is, though, that it wasn't. Everyone always Okay, I might actually be wrong here, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. Everyone always goes on about how it was Oscar Isaac that goes, somehow Palpatine returned. No, it's in the opening crawl that Palpatine's mentioned, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
Oh, yeah, and there's that.
you're revealing that the biggest villain of the last 9 films
Also
in an
somehow
opening
back.
crawl.
and also revealing it in the trailer.
Yeah,
Could have built up to it.
Could have built up to it.
Stupid.
I think this film is terrible.
But then he just dies. He's done at the end anyway. Like it's
Yeah.
like there's no like There's no building.
We
We're not
need we
building.
look Lucasfilm, if you're listening, you're not, but
We could write a fantastic
we
trilogy.
need a trilogy where the dark side wins for hundreds
Yeah.
of years, and it's ruled by the. I mean, obviously the Empire technically win, but I'm not on about the Empire. I mean the Sith.
Yeah.
Like I want. If you're gonna do a trilogy with such terrible writing and bring back the big villain, you make them
Let
win.
'em win.
The whole point of bringing
Yeah.
back such a big villain is not to kill them off. If they're powerful enough to survive being thrown into the
Abyss.
center, was it in the Death Star too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Death Star
being
2.
thrown into the center core of the Death Star.
No matter how good you are with the Force, you're not supposed to survive that.
That's what I'm saying. If they're powerful enough to survive the Death Star, they're powerful enough to survive their own Force lightning being shot back at them. You know,
Which even
Palpatine-
happened. Which even happened in the third of the main trilogy.
yeah. But
He even
Pa-
gets
look,
electrocuted in that one.
Yeah, if look, Palpatine's not dead. They're making a new Rey film. What you can do, if you can try and save
Rewrite
yourself,
the whole
bring him
bloody
back, bring back Palpatine back again.
I think I'd like to see it
I
where
want
it's like,
I don't like the fact that you
I
brought him
think
back,
we
but,
ruined it.
but the only way for the plot of it to make sense is to actually just have him come back again, and and a plot twist at the end could be he's not actually back; it's just in Rey's head.
that's what I was
that
about
would
to
be
say.
the-
I want it to be an in her
Fight
head
Club.
thing.
Yeah, I like that.
He's infected her with his thing because that was the whole point, was it? He wanted to control her body.
Rey Skywalker.
So,
Shut it.
Stupid.
So shit.
Right, but
Wank.
the thing is, right, this movie was
I love how we're all
terrible.
just absolutely.
It's
This
annoying,
this
man.
movie
It's
was terrible,
annoying.
but I think some of it is not its own fault. So first of all, the start isn't great because Carrie Fisher's obviously not there because she's dead.
I didn't mind how
Which
they did that.
which
I thought that was tasteful.
pretty
it was
respectful.
tasteful,
Of all
but
the things in the film,
it was
actually
tasteful,
right.
but they could have used her better had they actually had her to film.
I think that was their
Yeah.
intention. I do think that was their
So
intention.
that ruined it. That didn't ruin it, but it spoiled it a little bit. I
Doesn't
also
mean you have
think
to bring back Palpatine the way he did.
the
Yeah.
second film is the main issue why the third film is terrible.
no,
So
I disagree. Colin Trevorrow had a script where he had a trilogy, but he did write a script for the third one, given the events of the first and second haven't happened, and it was so cool. Like there's a moment where Domhnall Gleeson's character, I can't remember what he's called. He's like Admiral
Something like
What?
Admiral idiot or something.
Steve Grant or the other one?
No, the other one, Domhnall Ginger bloke.
Oh,
Hux.
Yeah.
General
yeah,
Hux.
the guy who's the son of the old Irish bloke who's
Yes.
angry.
Yeah, so he there's a concept art where the Empire is sort of the First Order is like falling, and in obviously like ancient Japan, the most honourable way to die is to die in battle
Yeah.
or kill yourself
Kill
with a
yourself with
sword.
a sword,
And Hux does it with Kylo Ren's lightsaber in the concept art,
Oh wow.
and it's so cool.
Yeah.
Like not him dying, it's not cool that he's died, but like
Yeah.
it's just like strong. It's like a powerful moment, and I'm like, that would have been such a cool plot because it's actually like real and it's like intense as opposed to this
Yeah.
just
Well,
Also-
I am the spy. I
also-
don't care if you win. I just want Kylo to lose. I'm like,
Well-
wow, what a shitty motivation.
agreed. And what I'd say on that is that I don't think that the fact that the second film, I didn't that director ruined it. What I'm saying is the fact that they went to one director, then to another, then back to the first director, killed it because
they had
there's no
different they had
fluidity
different,
throughout any of the three films.
Yeah, they had different
Ideas.
visions
Mm.
for the trilogy anyway.
Do a
so
trilogy with what was his name? The famous one, the one that the
J.J.
first one.
Abrams.
Either do a trilogy with J.J. Abrams, doing it his way, and then it feels natural, or do it with the second guy,
Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Johnson.
Thing with Ryan Johnson that annoys me is he's actually such a good director.
Yeah.
Like he did Knives Out,
Yeah.
I think.
That's good.
Yeah, he did Knives Out. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think I'm back myself on that.
Yeah.
Might be worth a Google before I go down a rabbit hole, but
Do you want me to?
yeah, go on.
What's his name?
Ryan Johnson, just
Ryan.
R-I-A-N.
R-I-A-N. Seriously,
it's quite
Rain
bizarre.
Johnson.
No, Ryan, R-I-A-N. Not Ray, not A-I.
This looks like Ray.
Yeah,
Ryan Johnson. Yeah, here we go.
Knives Out. Well, whilst you're doing that, yeah, I'll touch on The Last Jedi quickly because obviously we mentioned it's not very good. But like I said, it's one of the most visually stunning films. The Holdo maneuver, when she destroys the Snoke's Star Destroyer, with like when she light speeds
That
into
was
it.
quite cool.
I mean,
Yeah,
it was
agreed.
kind of, yeah. It was. I love that bit.
Yeah.
I think it's a stunning film, and I think the soundtrack's great. I think, again, it's
Do you
just
think
the,
it might have
it's
been a
just the
bit of a
writing.
studio trying to push things a bit?
No, because usually when films look that good, it's not because of the studio.
No, but like the plot.
Oh, the plot. Oh, yeah. No, it's all the studio.
Yeah.
It's Disney going. let's shove in loads of those little porg things so we can sell them as toys.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Let's completely flip Luke.
Well, this is my next point, right?
We're
This
gonna-
is
we're
why
gonna
I
have
hate
to
this
move on
film so
soon,
much.
guys.
Yeah, let's move on.
We
Yeah,
have
let's
to
move
move
on.
on
But
Let's move
the
on.
fact that Luke became selfish and cut off from the Jedi is stupid, and I don't know why he did it.
Yeah.
Also, just to clarify your point, he did direct Knives Out and also Glass Onion,
Well, I'd assume he did this both.
Yeah.
And there's a third one coming out.
It is. It looks
which
great.
is going to be great
Great cast.
because I like
Yeah,
this film a
fantastic
lot.
cast.
I think Andrew
Um,
Scott's in it.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, no.
I'm on it.
I don't like the pink haired woman. Don't think she works very well. I think she's
She did a
stupid.
good scene though.
Don't like her very
It
much.
was a good scene when she
Yeah,
killed.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
The Asian lady is very forgettable.
I mean, I've forgotten her.
Exactly.
Rose.
Rose
Oh,
is
Rose,
is
yeah.
stupid. Don't like her. And then she just gets dropped in the third
Yeah,
film.
she
It's
gets-
not like
So
it
does
even gets
Finn
continued.
though. So
Finn
does
gets-
Finn, bro.
Finn gets ignored in the third
And
film.
like, there's this moment in the third one, which is actually technically the film we're talking about,
Yeah.
where they're about to sink into the sand, and Finn's about to shout something to Rey. Never touches on it again. Some people are like, he's going to tell Rey he loves her. Nah, he's going to tell Rey that he's got the Force.
Yeah.
Because he's literally like, he's got the Force in the same way the Han has. Doesn't physically have it, but he can connect. He's connected to other
connected to
people.
He would have been a Jedi eventually.
No,
If-
he wouldn't have been
if-
Jedi. I think he's.
No,
he's
he
in
would,
the re-
I actually think he would have been.
Really?
In
Yeah, I
if
think
they
so,
do
yeah.
the Rey solo film, there's a chance they bring him back and make him a Jedi.
He's not. John Boyega's not going to be. He's
He
not. He's
can't
not
be
going to do it.
arsed.
He's
Yeah.
done with it. He's like he's really lived it. He's like grateful for the experience of the Force Awakens, but the other two is like a complete waste of his time.
All right, moving on to underrated. I have two:
Take the floor.
Clone
Yeah, go.
Wars.
Yep, cool.
And Rebel One.
Rogue
Rebel
One.
what?
Rogue One, sorry,
I
Rogue
was
One.
gonna say, Jesus.
Rogue One.
Yeah, I was going to say Rogue One, but because I knew you were going to, I decided not to.
Well, I think I'll go with Clone Wars.
Both good shouts. I would only say that, especially for the Clone Wars,
I just loved it as a kid.
is it underrated though?
Yes.
Because everybody loves it.
No.
Really?
I don't think so.
I think the vast majority of the population have never watched it.
I think 90% of
Yeah.
Star Wars fans have
Never
not
watched
seen
it.
the Clone
Maybe
Wars.
the older generation, but I think everybody our
No.
age or younger
I've
has
not
seen it.
I actually haven't seen the Clone Wars, so I can't comment on whether it's underrated or not. But what I can say is I think that it's
The lore with it is unreal.
It's ridiculous. How have you? Okay, but
So that's
My-
why. That's
your
why it's
homework for next
underrated,
week
though.
is to watch
Bro,
the
that's why
entirety of
it's
the Clone
underrated.
Wars.
absolutely not.
That's why it's underrated.
The film is terrible, but the TV series is amazing.
That's Attack on the Clones anyway.
There's other stuff that I'd
It's
rather
just
watch.
called the Clone Wars
But there's
The
a
film.
movie Clone Wars.
There is, yeah.
with Jabba the Hutt and
Ah, don't worry.
Ahsoka's in it.
But the show.
Love Ahsoka. Maybe my favorite character.
The
potentially.
show though.
The show.
itself.
Oh my god, the
Very
show.
good.
Yeah,
Um,
fair enough.
what were you saying, Ru? Because you can say Rebel One now.
Rogue One,
Rogue
brother.
One. Fuck's sake,
Jesus
what are you
Christ,
saying?
Star
What's
Wars
wrong with
podcast.
you?
You don't even know the name of the film.
You haven't even seen Clone Wars.
Yes, that's yes. Because it's not live action. No, I'm joking. Andor,
Interesting.
Good.
because whilst I understand that the Clone Wars hasn't been watched by the masses, no one gives a shit about Andor because there's no lightsabers in it.
Do you know
But
what?
It is, without a shadow of a doubt, the best written Star Wars project. I think Empire is a better film, and I think Empire is like a better project. But there are some moments in Andor where you're like, my God, like this is like so intense, and it's like literally just a complete. It is literally just a complete retelling of like World War II.
You know what? I don't know if you see. I put my notes on the schedule for last week when I thought you were going to do this one without me, because I wanted to mention. I very nearly put Andor down as the overrated for the exact same reason. Is that
But
it's
not enough people have
critically
seen it.
acclaimed, and I don't get why.
Mm.
But because I haven't seen it, genuinely.
You haven't seen it. I
Exactly.
don't think you can put overrated if you haven't seen it.
Well, I didn't in the end, but I
Fair,
definitely
fair.
considered it because I thought, why is everyone hyping this up? It's not that great.
You haven't seen it.
I don't get the hype. I don't get why.
Because you've
people
not fucking
Yeah,
watched
no,
it.
You can't go something's overrated.
You can't go.
Don't
It's
start.
overrated. I
Alright,
don't get the hype, and
back
you haven't
off. You haven't
seen
seen
it.
it either.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that doesn't make much sense to me.
Yeah, but Carl's gonna say it's overrated or anything just because he hasn't seen it. He's not watched it.
Shut up.
He doesn't say Star Wars is bad because he's not watched the freaking thing.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's like me. That's
you
like
can't
me
talk 'cause
saying
you haven't
that
seen
Man
Star
City are
Wars.
an overrated team, and I've never watched them play.
Exactly.
well,
Put it in
you
football
can say
context. I
that.
like that.
No, I can't.
Please say that more.
I've never. I think that's. I think. Look, the reason Andor is underrated is because
People like him.
and people
Like people like him.
people will look at the reviews and go, "This looks great," but there's no lightsabers in it. Which I'm sorry, brother, unless we're possible is you.
Yeah.
It's
No, I
literally
agree.
you to a T.
I
Like,
don't. I
you
don't
can't-
get what's. I don't understand why this character's got his own solo series.
Because you haven't seen it. You'll understand after you watched it. Have you seen Rogue One?
Yeah, I've seen Rogue One.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
I've seen him in the Rogue One. I don't get why any of those. It's a great film, great solo film. Don't get why any of those characters need a solo
There's
film.
only one lightsaber scene
Solo series.
in that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think.
There's only
I
one.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, which is the Darth Vader scene, which is also sick. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, it is.
But
it's not just that there's no.
But
The fact there's no lightsabers isn't the main reason. It's just I don't get the.
well,
the
maybe watch
importance
the
of this
movie and
story.
then yappy later.
Mm.
Yeah, fair enough.
Cool. And what's yours? Underrated? Sorry?
Underrated. I put the Bad Batch because I love that show.
Yeah, I've heard
And not many people.
not-
I think that is like so overrated. Like I think the
You watched
animation style's absolutely horrendous. I think that the plot's rubbish. Just to let you know, guys, I haven't seen it.
Okay. He's just doing exactly the same
Oh,
thing. He's doing.
right.
He reacted the same way as me.
Yeah,
you
no,
reacted
it's
the
fair. No, I like. I'm not. I'm not arguing with the way you reacted. I'm just making my points. You know, like.
I didn't clock on at first, and then I
No.
realised.
Well, I have not seen it, so I'm not going to comment on
And
whether
for
it's
the second
my
time, the
favourite.
phone's on the floor.
It's mine again.
Do you want again?
Yeah.
No, like I say, fair enough. Like, if you want to have those opinions, it's fine. Like I say, I have those opinions about
Let's move on to overrated.
Andor. But
You want to talk about Acolyte?
Overrated.
I
Prequels.
Overrated. Okay. Here we go, brother. Revenge of the Sith. Sorry, guys. Right.
Genuinely, have you got something else?
It is genuinely
Fair
Revenge of
enough,
the Sith.
fair enough.
Okay.
Go
And I actually have seen it this time. Basically, I think that everybody that loves it as much as you do, and I'm not saying necessarily it's you because you've actually justified it quite well, but everybody seems to love it. They have it with rose-tinted goggles. They watch it with rose-tinted goggles on. It's nostalgic for them. If that was released today with updated CGI, everyone would be like, "That's one of the worst films I've ever seen." I'm going to be honest with you. I think the only reason it's so loved is because because of where it fits in the full timeline. Whereas if it was a standalone film, no one would care. I think that it's obviously it's not. There's no point in considering a reality when there's no point in going if that because that's not how it works. But the CGI is terrible. In the nicest way possible, you know, I do love Hayden Christensen. I do love Ewan McGregor.
Ruined his career acting wise.
I do not think that they like. Again, I think they're both great in Obi-Wan. I'm going to say that they're both great in the Kenobi series, whatever it's called. But I do think that their performances are absolutely terrible in this film. I think that
You were the chosen one.
I hate you. Ooh, what a burn that is. You know, I just think the dialogue is crap. I think the story's good, and I think like what you're getting from the film is great, but how it's told is not very good at all.
Well, that's my kind of point in rebuttal to that is that if you look at the sequels and you look how many plot points there are, issues in there, how many issues we can pull out, you can't. There are issues with Revenge of the Sith, but you can't pull out that many in comparison.
You could before the Clone Wars was released, which is why the sequels, more of the plot holes in the sequels are being filled in.
By Clone Wars. They have been.
And the sequels have been filled in by
Other
shows like Ahsoka and The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Not very well done, I will say, but
But
I
there's a
think-
chance that those take place in a different timeline as
No,
well.
you
We
had
don't know
Maz-
if
you
it's
had
going to be the same
Mandalorian as your
thing.
overrated, I thought as well.
where are we now? We're on overrated.
Yeah.
No.
No?
I think
What was that?
Mandalorian's.
Sorry,
I think
I missed that.
Mandalorian's appropriately related.
Yeah, I was going to say, I really like Mandalorian. I think
Yeah.
it's a great show.
Can I just a little circle back
Hop in.
to
Good.
underrated?
Yeah, go on.
Considering the opinions that I think you definitely had, I kind of had about the Acolyte
Mm.
and
Yes,
the
we're going to talk
global
about that.
reaction of it. We're not talking about it because
Is it
we're not
underrated?
going to talk about it because we've spoken about it in
Okay.
a podcast that's come out before this.
So the question you're asking is it underrated
I'd say
based on
underrated.
based on your opinions?
I'd say it's underrated
on your
based on the
perceptions.
global perceptions.
I would say it doesn't have enough ratings to be either.
Fair.
Agreed.
That's not to say it doesn't swing one way. I just think that
It was just a talk.
you're always going to get no. I don't disagree with you. I
Yeah.
think that like if you given that you've seen it and you've seen like the pop culture surrounding it, yeah, I can see where you're coming from. But I do think that the loudest people in the room are the ones that tend to be wrong.
Yeah.
And I think that 90% of people that watched Acolyte, no, sorry, I think 10% of the people that watched Acolyte
Didn't like it.
and blab on about how it's gay and all that rubbish,
Yeah.
which for the record,
It's not.
It's really
that.
not.
It's really not,
It's really
guys.
not.
Like
The interview,
if I'm ever gonna have issues with a show,
Be quick with this, but
Yeah.
We're
get-
going to
we'll
cover
get
this
into it,
in
we'll get
detail
into
in a
it.
minute. But
We already
No, we're doing it
we
in a
already did.
podcast that's coming
We
out.
already did.
it's already out.
technically.
But yeah, we're about to film it. But
No, we already
It's
did.
already out.
It's already out.
sorry. Yeah, I've broken the fourth wall there, but who cares? Do you know what? Talking about we got this opportunity to talk about Star Wars, which I love talking about Star Wars.
Can we put it in the next podcast? Because I just want to get your
But it's a
overrated.
one line point.
one line go.
Big 5 minute big 5 minute pause between.
Sorry.
That's cool. Dead air.
I
We love
struggled
that.
to
Very
find the
good.
words. You know, not Clone Wars, the show that followed it, Rebels.
Rebels, yeah.
Do you know? You watched it?
I actually watched Rebels. Yeah.
The guy who kills all of that alien race, the big monkey people,
Yeah.
with the mullet chops.
Yep.
You look a little bit like him. I'm getting like the last scene you
Is that
see
really
of
what
him.
you wanted to say?
Yes, it really
Should
is.
we move on?
Should we move on? What is your overrated, Henry?
Sorry, I had to avoid it. I've just looked across at you and went, "Oh my God, it's you."
You look like Jabba the Hutt. Like,
No, I
that's,
do. That's fair
that's a
enough.
joke, obviously. Carry on.
Clarify that really quickly.
Yeah, because I'm not a
it's
dick.
it's
Like,
not
I'm not
an
just gonna.
it's
I'm
not
not gonna
an
be like,
insult,
guys,
it's like-
stop making intelligent points. I
He's-
want to insult you.
No, it's not an insult. Genuinely, he's a sexy mofo. Like,
Sexy mofo.
You're making it worse, but we'll move on
I'm
from
digging
that.
a hole now.
All right.
Hopefully the camera's
quickly
not picking
overrated.
up my red face.
You're both fucking bright red.
I haven't done anything wrong.
I wasn't meant to say an insult.
Go.
I'm
What's
sorry.
overrated?
I didn't mean it.
It's not an insult. Just
Good.
fucking answer the question.
Right. Okay. My overrated
Much
is The
better than
Force
you are.
Awakens.
It's just hot in here. Sorry.
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens because it's the most rated of the three, and it's still shit. Genuinely, that's my main reason.
Fair.
I'm just gonna go all three prequels. Just the entire prequels.
The entire prequel.
Yep.
Jesus.
No,
This is like a Nolan. This podcast is like a Nolan film. We've got him at the very beginning talking about how much he loves them, and you just like, they're shit, mate.
No, they're not shit.
They are.
I have for nostalgia purposes, but that's why they're overrated.
but, like,
because
when-
they are only nostalgia and fan service.
But when you grow up, and you
I will still get my kids to watch them. Like they have to watch them to understand the whole lore of Star Wars.
yeah, or I could just like show them something a little bit more like mentally stimulating.
Yeah, like Clone Wars.
Pass.
Anyway, that is our Star Wars ratings.
These rating shows are getting worse and worse.
I'd say the worst we had a good chat about. That was good.
Yes.
That was a good chat.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But the rest of it was just a bit of Henry, you're wrong. You think we're wrong. Fuck everyone.
You look like this guy.
Yeah.
That was right. I'm public.
No, end it.
It was
Apologise
The
to me
singular of
afterwards.
the singular of Jedi is Jed.
which was a great shout.
It's not a great shout. Right, what you can do is you can apologise to me afterwards, let the comments hate you for a minute, and then issue a public apology.
All right. Thank you
That's
very
how
much,
it
guys,
Okay.
for watching. Subscribe if you're right to like the video if you enjoyed it. If you did, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.